time for the exciting adventures of Sky Girl Reporter.
This is my second video from the Oceanside International Film Festival. If you remember last time, I brought you the story of the cigarette surfboard. Today, I'm going to be reporting on a movie that me and my producer really liked. It's a character known as G times 5, or Beethoven's great-great-great-great-great-grandchild. This is about a woman who learns that she's the last great descendant of Beethoven. And just like him, she starts composing groundbreaking music. Except it's not exactly the same as Beethoven. You listen and decide. Holy Yoko Ono, what was that? As you can tell, not everybody was a fan.
What do you think?
I think it's not my particular cup of tea.
But this movie did ask a lot of great questions. Like, if Beethoven was alive today, would he be a woman? And of course, he would be using social media.
I have a Starbucks, Chipotle.
Old Ludwig sometimes struggled to pay his musicians, and so did his grandchild.
There's definitely like 200 on.
Except she's using digital currency.
Great.
This movie also captures how young artists struggle to create their art. Of course, with the modern twist. Not only does she struggle financially, but her physical safety is also in danger. When her crazy neighbors try to break into her apartment. Just because she might have thrown some eggs at them.
Not just yet.
It's hard to be a performance artist.
There's something in the air.
Maybe the hardest thing is that she has to compromise on her dreams and create pop music.
Can you hear me?
I won't spoil the ending for you, but this movie shows that sometimes when you're the least hopeful, you might just find your soulmate. At the festival, I caught up with writer, producer, and director Daniel Maggio. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Daniel Maggio, and I'm at the Oceanside Film Festival, and a short film I made called Beethoven's great-great-great-great-great-grandchild.
What is your movie about?
My movie is about the last living descendant of Beethoven. So Beethoven, we all know, is probably like the most famous composer who ever lived. And interestingly enough, in real life, Beethoven has no living relatives. He never had children. But our character claims, through a DNA test that they are, in fact, related to Beethoven, and they try to use that fact to boost their music career. But in actuality, they have no musical talent whatsoever. So while everyone's excited there's a living heir to Beethoven, they lose interest very quickly because they have no talent whatsoever.
How did you come up with the idea for your movie?
I came up with the idea because the lead performer in the movie was my romantic partner at the time, and I just thought they looked a lot like Beethoven. They have crazy big hair, and I thought, you look like Beethoven. I wonder what it would be like to recreate that famous painting of Beethoven, but with you in it. And then the movie just kind of came about from there. So it was just more so an image I had in my head, and I had the actor that I wanted to work with, and it just evolved over time.
What were the challenges in making your movie?
The challenges? Well, one thing that is unique about our movie is we have a possum in it, and we had to find an animal coordinator who owned a possum who could bring a possum to set. And so finding the possum was difficult, but once we actually started filming with it, the possum's name is Olive, and she was very sweet, and she was very good-natured, and so easy to work with and so easy to film with. So what I thought was going to be the hardest thing ended up being the easiest thing.
Why did you need a possum?
Because a possum, one, it's a unique animal, but two, A possum is unique because it's nearsighted, and it's a scavenger animal. So that means that they can only see close up, and they just scavenge for food and things like that to live. And so the main character in the story is quite an opportunist, and they're sort of the same way. They're very nearsighted, and they're a scavenger, just looking for the crumbs from the music industry, if that makes sense. So I thought the animal and the character were very combined spiritually.
What was your favorite part in making your movie?
The possum was pretty cool, so that was definitely a favorite part. But one of my favorite parts is the character in the film. They hire a choir to perform their music that they've written, these compositions. But the choir, all they do is they just scream. They just scream like... And so we just had a room full of people just screaming all day, being conducted by our character. So filming people scream all day long was quite a joy and something I really loved.
Thank you so much. It was amazing meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sky.
I met Daniel at opening night, and I was lucky enough to meet Hunter at closing night. So that's why I'm wearing different outfits. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Hunter Hawkins.
What is your film about?
Okay, the film is called Beethoven's Great-Great-Great-Great-Great-Grandchild, and it's about someone who finds out that they, or at least claims to find out that they are the last living relative of Beethoven, and they try and use that as a way to gain them more success or achievement in the music industry with their own art. I found out I was related to Beethoven, and it's changed my whole life.
How did you get involved in the film?
My co-creator, director, writer, editor, Daniel Maggio, he had the idea conceptually, and then we've just been around each other so much. We're he knows me so well, and so I felt like I could easily slip into that character.
How did you feel when he said that you looked like Beethoven?
When which guy said I looked like... when Daniel said I looked like Beethoven? I do agree that we were able to make that photo in the movie. It was mostly my hair. That's really all he meant. but I don't know. I'd love to be able to look like anything or anybody, like a chameleon. It's kind of fun.
What was your favorite part about being in the film?
My favorite part? Okay, well, the first thing is the possum was really great to work with. And I have to say, it changed how I relate to animals on a fundamental level. I don't know why. I think it was because the possum is so wild, but it really made me just feel like, oh my God, I love this creature, and I am the same being as this creature. I went very spiritual with it. Oh my God. Well, that's one thing. And my other favorite thing just got to be really gross and silly. I feel like I let myself reveal a lot of, things that we normally in day-to-day life want to hide. You can kind of put into art. It's socially acceptable to do that. And if you can, especially if you can make some laughter out of it, I think that is just the best feeling in the world.
What was the hardest part about being in the film?
The hardest part about being in the film, I think, for me at least, I don't know if this is the true for everyone, but it's the periods in between where you're just kind of waiting, and if you've been on a film set, you know that there's just a lot of waiting. My energy is up to focus. Acting takes a lot of focus for me, and to stay in the moment, it just takes energy. So I think that was probably the hardest part.
How long did it take to make the film?
We did probably 5 to 7 hour days, pretty chill indie style, and spread out over a couple of weeks. So probably a total of 6 to 10 days of shooting, I think. Yeah. And then editing took about a month-ish.
Is there anything else you want people to know about the film or about you?
Good question. Okay. I am going to plug myself as a musician. So in the movie, you see me singing and dancing very sillily. That was so fun. And I also make sincere music that's not a joke. So I have music that's out, and I have music that's in the works right now, about to be released sometime in the summer. And I'm working on putting together some more shows. I just came back from a couple shows in Europe. And so that's me. So my website is www.hunter-hawkins.com. And you can find me on Instagram and all of those things. I'm going to have pink hair because that's my usual look. But I've been recording this month, and I've just decided to take a little break, let it be blonde. And then it worked out perfectly to be here and be blonde for the movie. So that's me.
Thank you so much. It was amazing meeting you.
It's so good to meet you, Sky.
Can we get a picture?
Sure.
I want to thank the movie star Hunter Hawkins and writer-director Daniel Maggio, who gave my producer access to the film so we could make an amazing video. I don't know where you're able to watch this movie yet, but in the description, I've left their websites so you can go check it out. Normally in my videos, I give you some really cool fun facts, but this time I have a really unfun fact. My producer told me, no matter how much I beg and cry, I will never be able to get a possum. I hope to see you next time on Sky Girl Reporter with a new adventure. Bye!